So Superman is in this film. He has a cameo at the
Yeah,
very
for like
end.
fucking 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
at
I'm going to rant about it because
Go
of how they handled it.
Okay.
They managed to fuck up a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not only did they reuse the suit from Man of Steel, which from a canon perspective makes zero sense because
Chronological.
yeah, exactly. He would be using either the black suit that
Or
has
the-
the Kryptonian engraved,
Yeah.
or the suit from the scout ship from Zack Snyder's Justice League, or
Yeah.
there was a suit there. He uses neither, and the suit is super bright.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. Probably complaints. Whatever. I don't care. But the one thing they fucked up is they used the wrong theme. They used the 1970s Christopher
Yep.
Reeve theme, which I rolled my eyes at because it just gave me Justice League vibes. And it's such a nostalgic nightmare piece of shit of how you handle that. Here's what they should have done.
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. The day has finally come.
It has.
We are reviewing Black Adam.
Black Adam.
So this is a movie that we were very excited for, or at least I know I was excited.
You had it on your top 10 list. I remember that.
If you're a new viewer here, we did an episode back in for New Year's where we decided to talk about what we were looking forward to in the year of 2022. And on my top 10 list was Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a character arc over 2022. 2022 has been quite a year for me.
Yes.
And I could not have cared less about this movie when they dropped the trailer. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot I was excited for this.
This existed.
I don't know. If you've been watching this channel for a little while, you probably know that I'm not the biggest fan of superhero movies anymore.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them.
Fair enough.
But
yeah.
So this movie came out and I was like, okay, well, let's watch it.
Mm-hmm.
There was no excitement. But Nevis, how did you feel about leading up to this movie's release?
Leading up to this movie, well, I knew you had it on your, recommendation or your top 10 of 2022. But for me, I was very skeptical for various reasons. One of them being the fact that The Rock has tried to make this film since 2007.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh,
little known fact.
You told me this before.
Yeah. 2007, he wanted to make the Black Adam film because people were like, "Hey, you look like Black Adam," and he's just like, "Oh, I guess I'll be Black Adam." You know? And he had no script, he had no director, nothing. He just wanted to make the movie.
Yeah.
And then the DCEU started back in 2013 with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and I'm gonna be honest, as a person who enjoyed the first few DCEU films, it's been really hard to be a fan.
Yeah.
Like really hard. I think the last two films, The Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 84, whether you like The Suicide Squad or not, both films flopped.
Yeah.
The DCU took a break, and DC was like, "Nope, we're gonna make the Batman."
Which was fantastic.
Fantastic and highly successful.
Successful and probably one of my favorite movies of the year.
Exactly, amongst other people's favorites.
Yeah.
But then they brought the DCU back. The Rock is like, the hierarchy of the DCU is about to change like 50 bajillion times.
Yep.
And then this film exists now, and we have to talk about it.
And Josh could not care less. So it's hard to be a superhero fan now because the two main, studios, Marvel obviously and then DC.
Yes.
It's hard to love Marvel because we've said this 100 times. We're beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah.
The MCU has not been performing as it used to.
Nope.
And then the DCEU it hasn't been.
There really doesn't feel like a footing for them. I feel like they're so much better at just making a standalone film than they are expanding upon.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Batman was fantastic.
Yeah.
Joker back in 2019. All these DC projects that don't have anything to do with this universe are great.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget that, Zack Snyder's Justice League was great.
But I feel like with Snyder's Justice League, like that whole thing, it's not DCU anymore. It's just his films.
Yeah.
So it's his trilogy, which makes sense because all the DC films that are well made, in my opinion, are director driven.
Yes.
So like Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman, that is her film.
Yeah.
James Wan's Aquaman. James Wan has his signature style in that film.
And did you like Aquaman? I
thought it was an enjoyable film. I have issues with it, but regardless, it's far more
perfect. But I remember watching it and I really liked it.
Had a blast.
Back in 2018, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. And then you see Black Adam and you're just like, here's what I would say about Black Adam. Imagine a 12-year-old playing with action figures for 2 hours.
Yeah.
and and an executive from DC sees that, and he's just like, "Oh, my son was playing with a Black Adam and a Hawkman toy. And he was just fighting. It's like, why don't we just make a movie out of that?" And Dwayne John's like, "Yes, let's write the script." It's like, but we don't have a script. It's like, no, we'll just do action. That's all this felt like.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point because I was trying to figure out a way to articulate this point before we started filming. Just because it really does feel like a 12-year-old playing with his toys because
my God.
there's like plot twists, like subpart plot twist after subpart. Oh, actually, this is my son.
Yeah.
Oh, super spoiler review, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. Like Black Adam is the usual suspects of superhero film. Oh, who fucking cares? Like, oh wow, the twist is the fact that
it's like, actually he's the good guy. Actually, society was the villain. Oh, actually, this is his son. I was like, bro.
What a muddled commentary too. You could tell, right? About
what do you mean commentary?
Well, the citizens and stuff like that, and how they were treated. And it's like, whoa, but Black Adam, he's our hero. And then Hawkman, there is a line that Hawkman says in this, where it's like, "Good people do not kill. Good people are good." It's like so dumb. It's so like it's literally what a 12-year-old would say while he's playing with his action
That's
figures.
what I would do. That's what I did when I was playing with my action figures back in the day, like playing with my Transformers toys, and I'd like there was like plot twist after plot twist.
Yeah.
There was no like rhyme or reason to my writing when I was like creating all these stupid plots that my Ratchet toy would fight Optimus for some reason because there was a plot twist. You hit it on the head right there.
Yeah. It truly is. And okay, I want to try to be a little bit positive with this film because there are positives, I will say.
Okay.
Dr. Fate.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Pierce Brosnan, great performance. In my opinion, he is what I wanted Doctor Strange to be in the Marvel films.
I knew that you'd like that when I watched it.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to like this part of it.
That and the sequence where he's the devil. He fights the devil essentially. And the way it's shot is like the reflection of his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts back and intertwines with different Dr. Fates fighting him and stuff. Oh my gosh, that was beautifully done. Yeah. I love that. I was like, holy crap, a creative fight scene? It is like towards the end of the film.
It's like there was a lot of action in this movie. And I mean, if you want like a turn off your mind action, then this will scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's The Rock obviously wanted it to be like this.
Oh, so guaranteed.
He delivered on that aspect, I suppose. And I mean, it didn't look that bad in my opinion. Because I don't know, I feel like another thing recently is CGI has just been trash.
Yeah.
In movies and TV shows, especially movies, because you'd expect it to be good in a movie.
Yeah.
Cough, cough, Thor, Love and Thunder, cough, cough.
I would say Black Adam looks better than the more recent Marvel stuff from a CGI perspective. I'll stand by that, but there is literally no substance. It's just it's just The Rock, like lightning.
Yeah.
I am Black Adam, or I'm Tech Adam. Revenge, revenge.
See, like I remember we were talking about this when we did our Transformers episode. I mentioned that like, oh, I love the Transformers movies because big robots fighting each other and an itch that just needs to be scratched for me.
Right. Yeah.
But there is, and even though in the Transformers movies there's not really much substance, at least I like the characters and I kind of care about the characters. And not really because the movies made me care, but because I was a kid. But I didn't grow up reading a ton of comic books. I don't have much connection to these characters in this movie specifically.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's a lot of action didn't really mean much to me because I kind of didn't really care, and the fact that the writing didn't make me care is a problem.
The exposition at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that briefly?
Go for it, man.
Holy crap, this was a bad way to start a film. Exposition. 5 minutes worth.
It reminded me of like, I don't think you've watched this movie, The Last Airbender, where like 90% of the movie is Katara just, my brother and the princess became quick friends. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate exposition.
Especially when you have the art of film, the film medium, you can use so much. $200 million they had to make this film.
Mm.
Black Adam, introducing your superhero, introducing the origin story.
Oh, wait,
there were so many ways you could have handled it, and instead it's just a little kid talking for 5 minutes.
You know what? I just realized that I just mixed up exposition and voiceovers. Because my pee-pee poo-poo brain is stupid.
Well, it was a voiceover that was giving exposition. So technically, you're right.
I don't like voiceovers. That's actually...
That too. I'm not a huge fan of voiceovers either.
Unless it's a Scorsese film.
If it's done right.
If it's done right, which Scorsese does use it right often.
Yeah.
Usually once I hear somebody talking and no one's mouth is moving, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Please don't do this. But yeah, exposition as well. Exposition can be done correctly, and when it's super on the nose or when it's writing that specifically just to inform the audience of what's going on. You shouldn't be using a character to explain to the audience what's going on.
No,
you should be able to tell that with your movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think before we ramble even more about this fucking movie, I am wearing a shirt of this guy.
There was a reason for the shirt?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Well,
there's a character in this. He makes a cameo, and I wanna rant a bit about this handlement of the character.
Alerts.
Spoiler alert. Actually, whatever. The Rock spoiled it before the film came out.
That's true.
That's on him. He's like, well, I'm gonna make some money. So Superman is in this film. He has a cameo at the very
for
end.
fucking 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm gonna rant about it because of how they handled it.
Okay.
They managed to fuck up a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not only did they reuse the suit from Man of Steel, which from a canon perspective makes zero sense because chronological. Yeah, exactly. He would be using either the black suit that has the Kryptonian engraved, or the suit from the scout ship from Zack Snyder's Justice League, or there was a suit there. He uses neither, and the suit is super bright.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. Probably complaints. Whatever. I don't care. But the one thing they fucked up is they used the wrong theme. They used the 1970s Christopher Reeve theme, which I rolled my eyes at because it just gave me Justice League vibes. And it's such a nostalgic nightmare piece of shit of how you handle that. Here's what they should have done.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So,
Dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. Black Adam, we need to talk. And then the drums hit. And then Man of Steel. Theme. That's how you end it. You know how many people heads would explode if that scene happened that way. But because nobody cares and they only think the 70s Christopher Reeve Superman is the only Superman.
I agree, because I actually love the Man of Steel song.
It's beautiful.
The Man of Steel theme song.
Oh my God.
I remember when I saw it back in 2013.
Yes.
When I was 12 years old, I was like, I like this song.
Yeah.
I love that song. Not that I don't like the Christopher Reeve one. That one's fantastic too. But
it's for Christopher
time
Reeve.
and place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they even gave him the curl.
I know. I was waiting for you to mention
that's a big ass curly they gave him.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna make this look like the biggest one.
I don't think the curl fits Henry Cavill
at all.
Yeah, I mean it fit Brendan Routh because they were just trying to get a Christopher Reeve look.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to put into words what are they trying to do with it? What are they trying to do with Superman?
They're just trying to, because they're so desperate for audiences to watch a Superman film that they'll just do anything. And it sucks because Superman, you got to adapt to the times. Man of Steel was a great
adapt to the times, but also follow what's been set.
That too.
Yeah.
I personally think the way they handled the cameo, I hope filmmakers who handle Superman with Henry Cavill do it way differently, do it their own way, and mature the character.
Yeah.
And don't go into nostalgia territory of just like, oh yeah, 70s theme. I'm also a big fan of Justice. Is this person bothering you? I can recite.
Or wait, I'm also a big fan of Justice. Where's that from?
Justice League.
I knew that sounded familiar.
It's
I was
what is this? I believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice. And it's what is this, a Burger King ad? What the fuck is this, man? Also, Black Adam's, there are shots in it where it feels like a commercial at times. Didn't the Atom Smasher have like a KFC bucket at one point?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? What do you think of the other characters in Black Adam?
Other than Dr. Fate? What other characters?
Oof. Fucking oof. Hawkman, also known as Macho Dude, number 5.
So I finally got around to watching, not the Suicide Squad. I finally watched Suicide Squad, 2016's Suicide
shit.
Because I knew that we were going to review this movie, and I was like, I got to fucking catch up with my DC movies.
Right.
Had some time. Like, I finished up a big project at work, so I was like, okay, now I can, like, enjoy my evenings again. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to catch up, watched it. And when I saw this, and there's quite a few characters. Like I have the Wikipedia open.
Yeah.
So we got what's his name, Atom Smasher. We've got obviously Dr. Fate.
Hawkman,
We've got
Dr. Fate,
Hawkman.
And Cyclone. Is that her name? Cyclone. She's basically like
Yes.
Storm from X-Men.
Yes. Well, the point is, it gave me vibes of Suicide Squad because it's like there's all these characters, but like. I was honestly waiting for like a freeze frame of them doing something and explaining what they are. Remember in Suicide Squad when they do that?
Hot take. Can I say my hot take?
You can always say your hot take. Man.
Okay, so with Black Adam, they had so little character development or moments of conversation, that it made Suicide Squad, the 2016 one, look like there was more character development. I swear to God, because remember that bar scene where they're all just talking?
Yeah.
That was a great scene. It's probably my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah.
And there was never a scene like that in Black Adam. There were scenes of Dr. Fate and Hawkman talking, even though they were just repeating the same shit over and over. It's like, what about plan B? We can do plan A. It's like, but you were Dr. Fate. You would know what it would happen. It's like, the fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
At least Pierce Brosnan made it sound important.
He added some. He brought something to it. But I feel like if a lesser-known actor or an actor without as good a reputation as Pierce Brosnan was cast in it, they wouldn't have been able to save it.
I want to just see a Dr. Fate movie.
It's kind of like in Star. Yeah. It's kind of like in Star Wars. Not a lot of people loved Count Dooku, but the reason they did like him is because of what's his name, Christopher Lee. And now, we're getting Star Wars Legends. Christopher Lee brought something to Count Dooku that made everyone like him. And I feel like Pierce Brosnan has done that with Dr. Fate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I feel, another thing, too, is a lot of these characters, it seemed like DC was trying to recreate that jazz of, like, the Marvel films. Atom Smasher gave off a lot of Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Adam Smasher is Noah Centineo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't you see that?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I didn't mean to do this.
I immediately had issues with it when I saw that he was in it. Because I was like, uh-oh.
I don't watch any films from him, but he seems like...
I've seen a couple. I've seen the first two, All the Boys I've Ever Loved, or whatever that shit's called.
Oh, yeah.
And, I remember I saw, these are just...
Teeny bopper
Yeah,
films.
these Netflix things that I watched back in, first year university. And I saw him, and I was like, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. And I was not very impressed. And where were you going with that point? You said you were getting Flash vibes?
Tom Holland Spider-Man vibes.
But not as charming.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No, because Tom Holland, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the Spider-Man films, they gave him character?
You're not a fan of the Spider-Man movies?
Not the Tom Holland ones.
I mean, I like the first one and the last one.
Yeah, but at least I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
Regardless.
For another episode,
yeah. But here's the thing. The writing at least gives him some character. With Atom Smasher, because of how limited their conversations are in this film, there really isn't much to say about them. Like, what can you say about Cyclone and Atom Smasher other than, they're the young ones?
Yeah, sorry, I kind of zoned out because I started thinking about something.
What the fuck were you thinking about?
I'll tell you after.
I'm just talking about how shitty the characters are.
But no, I agree because that how you're describing is how I felt about Cyborg in the original Justice League.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, there's a scene in Black Adam. It kind of summarizes how this film was made, where it's like the Justice Society of America, right? JSA.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, this is the plan, Black Adam. We're going to do this. We're going to do. And they're talking. Smash cut to Black Adam just like, no action time.
Yeah.
It's like, like painted black. Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed that. Well, I didn't really stay for most of the credits. I stayed for the Henry Cavill scene.
Yeah.
And I didn't stay for the entirety of it. Did they play his song? It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. Imagine that scene where they're all talking and then hard cut to Black Adam do something. And it's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We do put in the work. Put in the hours. What's ours?
Have you seen the picture meme of The Rock like flying super fast and his face is like super?
Yeah.
Dude, it's about drive. It's about power as he's flying like that. That would be amazing. I'm gonna edit that. I'm just gonna make that. No, I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you put it on your personal Twitter.
Personal Twitter. I'll do that. And
then send it to me, by the way, so I can make it my new display pic.
Isn't it so funny? I'm actually laughing. I'm thinking about it right now. The Rock took 15 years to make this film. This is his star power. This film is the highest grossing single Rock film on his own. This is the most he's made money wise. His performance is so boring.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Let me stop you right there first, though. This has not been in the works for 15 years.
Okay.
He was hyped up about it. He was probably thinking about it for 15 years, but this probably got made in a year.
That's fair.
The way it was put together, this was probably he's probably just been for 14 years, oh yeah, I could be Black Adam. 2 years was I could be Black Adam. Then they're finally okay, we have a script. Oh, okay, it's coming out next year. Oh, okay.
It's just his performance in this, even compared to other films from The Rock, is very. I am Tech Adam.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? And the kids suck too. I'm sorry, that child actor.
Yeah.
Oh my. When he says that speech.
Yeah, it gave me since we're shitting on, it gives me vibes from that scene in Aquaman. You know that really bad scene? Stop lying to me! I've done everything you ever asked! Does she not love me?
Does she not love me? What were you talking to her about? And Willem Dafoe's like, what the fuck is this?
He fucking like
I'm Willem Dafoe.
He does the like lick his lips angrily like 5 times in that 5-minute scene. Like he does that so fucking much.
You know what was a good scene that I think about from the DC films is Man of Steel, where it's an emotional scene with Clark and his dad, and he's just like, can I just pretend that I'm your son? And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, I am your son.
You
The
are my son,
performance,
yeah.
you are my son, and he hugs him dearly. Do you think we're ever gonna get that emotion from a DCU film again?
I think it's possible. I
hope
don't think
so.
they're ever gonna put it. I don't think they're ever gonna get the pieces together to make that though.
Damn.
Which is sad because
Yeah.
when you say that, it brings me back because I haven't seen Man of Steel in a while.
Yeah.
And honestly, like there were very few scenes of that. Even in, I can't really remember too many scenes of that in Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Like tender scenes. Like that was a very tender scene.
Oh yeah.
Well, there were good scenes in Batman versus Superman. I'm not the biggest Batman v Superman
Right.
fan. I know that you are, but I know I can still admit that there were good scenes. But I don't think there were any like tender scenes. There were really good scenes. Like I remember from Batman versus Superman that scene where Bruce is in the Wayne Manor and he's like, I'm older than my father.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
That was a
Or-
fucking fantastic.
or
Any
the-
scene with Bruce and Alfred.
Yeah, or even the scenes, which I would have wanted more, but I liked how they had Martha and Superman talking, Clark and stuff. It's like, like there's more, or him and his dad when he's at the Fortress of Solitude.
I just thought that was kind of stupid, personally.
Bruh,
But
get the fuck out
dude,
of here.
I love this scene so much. Yeah, that scene was fucking stupid.
Okay, whatever.
Bruh.
In all fairness, those scenes I'll take over.
Oh, yeah.
Black Adam,
Like a movie with none of that.
It's such a polar opposite from Shazam. Really think about it, because Shazam, I would say, is a well-made film.
Holy shit, I forgot about Shazam.
Here's the thing, though. Shazam, very well-made film. Their last thought was making a Superman cameo. That's why, they didn't have Henry Cavill. Black Adam, everyone is only talking about the Superman cameo. And everyone's just talking about the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's so tiresome. Like, I don't give a shit. 40%? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'll like a film if it's 40% or 90. I don't care, as long as I enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's the essence of being a movie lover.
Exactly.
You don't have to be married to what Rotten Tomatoes says.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes fucking hates Batman vs Superman. We still like it.
Oh yeah, I still enjoy it. Fucking BVS is a million times better than Black Adam, even though Black Adam has a higher rating.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I don't care. The issue I have though is the Rock shouldn't be involved behind the camera. It seemed like he was involved behind the camera. It's like, well, I'm going to say this cool line.
And I think a lot of people just said, okay. Because, I don't know. I guess it's just, I think The Rock's just too famous for his own good.
He's so famous that he managed to literally change executives' minds about Superman. Because you heard about that, right?
No. I did very little research about this film. Again, I fell out of love with superhero movies this year.
That's fair. The whole interview was basically him trying to convince the studio, Warner Brothers, to bring back Superman. And they said no.
Yeah.
And The Rock was like, well, then I won't be working on this film. Or he was like having a hard time. And they're like, okay, fine, we'll bring Superman in. And he's the reason. Isn't that fucking nuts? It took almost, how many years have we seen? Like 5 years. And it was because of The Rock that we get to see DC's most iconic superhero.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just think he's too famous for his own good. There are some actors that are just too famous for their own good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that exact same notion applies, but it's similar to like Kevin Hart, I feel. Like Kevin Hart's just so famous that they just put him into these shit movies.
Kevin Hart in the
You know,
DCEU. It's going to fucking happen. Who do you think he's
What
going to
did they
play?
have that Vegeta and what's his name? Nappa meme?
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
that.
think I've sent that to you.
You know what I hope for?
What do you
Because
hope
of
for?
Black Adam, I'm hoping Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel 2. Man of Tomorrow.
Too good.
Call it Man of Tomorrow.
Man of tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow.
I'll be here all week.
I know a lot of Snyder fans, including myself, would have wanted to see him direct it. No, let him do his own thing.
Well,
Get a
who's
different
Zack
director.
Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him do his own thing. He's done with DC. Get someone else. Get a good director.
Yeah.
Do Man of Steel 2. Henry Cavill. Bring him back. Make a trilogy. Just complete his.
Yeah.
I just want to see more Superman.
Because also I just like Henry Cavill, and he just seems like such a sweet guy. Just do the thing for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Like, he seems so. Like, there was even a post that he made on Insta. I was looking through it, and he was just like, "Happy Superhero Day," and he tagged every actor that was a superhero like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth. You get the only person who responded to that post was fucking Jason Momoa.
Fucking next short film you do, make it a superhero movie so he can tag me and I will fucking reply to you. I'm your biggest fan, Henry.
Henry Cavill was great. His line, he only said 2 lines in this.
Henry, we can play World of Warcraft together.
Yes. The Witcher. Do you play The Witcher?
No,
I'm not a gamer. You're not a gamer. That would be on you.
We can play Batman. We can play World of War. He loves World of Warcraft. You know about that whole thing. Like, he missed a call from Zack Snyder because he was playing WoW.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I play WoW, so let's play WoW together.
So, what are your final thoughts on the most forgettable DCEU film to date?
Do you have a pair of sunglasses ready? It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Can I just do the? This is cut to the cameras like. Oh, you got the sunglasses.
Hand me those, man.
Come on.
All right, ask me again, Neves. Oh my God, you are blind.
Okay, Josh. What did you think of Black Adam?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen.
Can I have the sunglasses? I'll put them on, and then you ask me the question.
I know, they're prescription. I'm like, whoa.
Okay.
I can't see. Why is everything sideways?
Hold on. Josh, ask me about Black Adam.
Neves, what did you think of Black
Adam? It doesn't matter what I think about Black Adam. It's terrible. It's the worst piece of dog shit I've ever seen. I apologize to the audio technician known as Christian Cesario.
Chris is going to be editing like, whoa, buddy.
He's like,
okay, bud.
Neves, I am going to rip your ears out.
Listen, later this week, Chris is going to send a random message in the group chat. All right, guys, no more yelling in the podcast, okay?
So.
Why are you going to put them down like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Okay.
So, anyways, yeah. No, I didn't like it.
I will not see this again.
No, I won't watch it again.
Probably Dr. Fate. I'll see a YouTube clip of the fight scenes with Dr. Fate.
That's probably exactly what I'll do.
Superman cameo, and that's it.
That's it. I will hope that they do something with Henry Cavill in the future that is done well, and I'll give it a chance just because of Henry.
Yeah. Could you say that the DC hierarchy didn't really change? It kind of, sort of, maybe.
It's still at the status quo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where it's been left at, Dwayne. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, your final thoughts on it, and then give me a rating out of 10.
Final thoughts, rating. I'd say 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty by the numbers superhero film. It's stupid, and yeah, the best part was Dr. Fate and Superman.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
3 out of 10. Best scene was Superman.
Yeah,
and even that was like,
they could have done way better.
It could have been better, but it was nice to see Henry Cavill in the suit again.
Yep,
in a suit again. So, with all that being said, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you guys thought of Black Adam. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Patreon. Like the video. Comment down below. And with all that being said, we'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.